Hey guys, Morgan here, back with another video. And so the emergency Campfire Chat just happened, and I don't think I've been this positive in a long time. The developers, I think, showed a level of understanding that I didn't quite know they could have towards the player base, and yeah, that just overall makes me very happy. So let's get into some of the points that they discussed. So first of all, they basically acknowledged the fact that they think that this basically was a wrong decision. Patch 1.1 came at the wrong time. They realized that thanks to player feedback, of course, and all of our voices, they basically realized that it was it was too much, all in one. The vulnerable nerfs, the sorcerer nerfs, barbarian nerfs, like just nerfs all around, was just literally too much. And so they realized the impact on the feel of the game for many players is too much. And that they realized that basically they just shouldn't have done it. And that's just insane for me, like that they could just acknowledge that. I mean, it's as close as we're ever gonna get to it as a sorry. I had the feeling overall throughout the stream that they were very just kind of like a little sorry in a way, like a little like we did f up this one. So yeah, they explained their reasons. They said that basically they felt like some of these changes had to be made, and they just wanted to basically get them out before the season, and they thought that this was basically the best moment to do it because yeah, reset, everything starts over again. I mean, I don't know what they were thinking, to be honest, because it was really too much and not enough. And in fact, they did also acknowledge that they realize how it is a problem that when you're taking away so much power from the feel of your character, then of course you also need to give back, and which is something that they didn't. So the things that they're planning on implementing in the future are gonna be basically some nightmare dungeon nerfs in terms of difficulty, which means that they said that basically level 100s should feel more like level 70s. I think they said that basically they think that right now number dungeons are a little too hard. They shouldn't really be. There should be other types of content that should kind of fill in the void for players at level 100, and that this content is coming and that it should be likely more challenging. And they also acknowledge that another point that the community was making, which is that challenging doesn't necessarily mean frustrating. It doesn't mean death on effects kind of stuff. Challenging means actual challenging combat that engages your skill. I hope that basically they're referring to one feature that I've been asking for a lot lately, which is bossing. I hope they reintroduce bosses or more bosses even in the game that are replayable and with a good loot drop, which they said that this content will also have new loot, if I understood correctly. So that's another plus in my opinion. Let me think, what else were they talking about? They also said that basically finally we're gonna be getting our stash tab space increased, although they said it was only gonna be one, which I was surprised, but one better than nothing. Although come on guys, come on, a little more. But yeah, one more stash tab coming in patch 1.1.1 if I understood correctly, which should be soon. And that they basically are also gonna reduce the level of experience acquired from level 70 to 100, which is another really good change in my opinion. I feel like right now it's a little bit of a slog from level 70 to 100, so you could really use a bit more, shorter times there. And also they talked about how they feel that there should be more density in dungeons and overall more density in the game. And the fact they shared basically some of our concerns, and they said that they right now understand that World Tier 3 and 4 are a little basically lackluster, and that they should put in some more content to basically make the experience feel a little bit better. And I mean, I really couldn't have asked for anything better, right? They really addressed most of our concerns, and they showed a level of willingness that I really wasn't expecting. I'm surprised. I'm honestly very surprised, and I'm very happy. I mean, of course, they care about the game. Of course, they want to make it as good as they can. I don't know what kind of problems they've been facing. If they have problems from the higher ups, if they don't have enough time, if they wanted to delay the release of the game but they couldn't, and so they just didn't have enough time to implement all the things that they really wanted to implement. At this point, I'm puzzled on that, because I understand the difficulties in balancing a game like this. What I understand a little less, of course, is how could some experienced developers like them not realize that a patch like this just before the release of a new season would be kind of like very detrimental to player retention, and also just player perception of what was gonna come. And I think that we really managed to really scare them a little bit this time. So good job, guys. Good job, community. Let's keep this up. Let's keep like trying to hammer them with all of our ideas, and eventually I think they're gonna listen. And if we complain reasonably and hard enough, we're gonna get the changes that we deserve, and get the game that we all want and that we all know that Diablo 4 can be. Because I mean, honestly, this is a really good base of a game, and there's really no reason why it should be a shitty game, you know? So I still, of course, don't like the idea that we're still waiting for our dream game to be there. But in a way, it is here already. It feels great to play. If only we could get these little changes and a little bit more content and a little bit less stubbornness from the developers, which we're seeing they're being a bit more flexible, then, you know, we'll get there. So I don't know, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and Mirgren out. Cheers.